What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? So today I wanted to talk to the leaders out there about a pitfall that I have fallen into previously in my inexperienced days of leadership, and I just wanted to help someone out there who may be going through this, who might need to swallow their pride a little bit. So, let's get into it. Quote of the day: Being a good follower doesn't mean always doing what you are told. The Catalyst. Song of the day: The Man by the Killers. So, I'm not talking to the followers out there. I'm talking to the leaders about their followers. When we first get our position as leaders, managers, as supervisors, whatever it may be, right? That's why I use the term leaders, right? I didn't put a title on it because we're all leaders in a way, but we can discuss that another day. But when we have subordinates, is what I'm getting at. Sometimes we get confused thinking that someone should always say yes to everything that we say to do. We take people talking back or trying to clarify orders as insubordination when we shouldn't. Being a good follower doesn't mean that someone should always do exactly what you're saying. Being a good follower doesn't mean blindly following orders. Sometimes being a good follower means questioning what you were just told to do. And as a leader, you should respect that. Also, I want to apologize for the glare on the whiteboard. I have the light on right now because I'm recording this at night, so my apologies. But back to what I was saying. You tell somebody to do something and they ask for clarification on it, that doesn't mean that they're a bad follower. If you tell somebody to do something and they say that doesn't sound like a good idea, that doesn't mean that they're being insubordinate. They didn't say they weren't going to do it. They didn't say that they refused to. And in some cases, it's okay to do that as well. But you need to understand you need people under you who are thinkers, not just doers, not just blindly following orders, but people who are thinking ahead of the game and looking out for your best interests. You tell someone that you want them to cook food for the entire week. They might say something toward the lines like, "Are you sure you're going to eat at home for the entire week?" That's a good question. Because if you go and you prep meals for the entire week, but then you plan on eating out with your friends, eating out with your significant other, you plan on getting a free lunch from work, that food's going to go to waste. That's food that you don't have to have. I use that as an example because sometimes you're going to give an order and it's going to be taken a different way. You're going to give instructions and it's not going to be interpreted correctly. And someone is going to ask for clarification. Someone's going to say, "Are you sure?" And that's not them talking back. That's not them disrespecting you. That's actually them looking out for you. As a leader, we need to know the difference between someone being insubordinate, someone who is trying to sabotage us, and someone who just wants clarification, and especially those who are actually looking out for our best interests. A lot of times when I first had my roles of leadership, I was very, very young. And I did get a lot of people who were insubordinate and people who didn't want to do what it was being asked of them to do. It got so much to the point that anybody who said anything after I gave an order was pretty much insubordinate. And that came to the detriment of that position. I was not successful at that point going forward because I could no longer see the forest for the trees. I can no longer hear the correction. I can no longer see those who are actually looking out for me and trying to help me succeed versus those who were trying to be detrimental. The people that were being detrimental won because all I could hear was them. That's why I share this story. It's not to criticize anyone, it's not to talk down on anyone, but you need people in your corner, people that are under you, people that are serving with you, that are going to ask the questions that maybe you didn't think about. It's impossible for you to see all the angles, no matter how much you think. That's why God puts people in your life that look different than you, that think different than you, that have different experiences and training than you, that you can lean on each other and you can learn from them. So I hope that helps someone out there. Just because someone says no, just as someone says something or asks for clarification, because someone thinks of a better way to do something, doesn't mean they're insubordinate. Doesn't mean that they're a bad follower. Matter of fact, it may actually mean that it's somebody that you need to keep close. All right, guys, I need you to take care of yourselves. I want to thank you all out there for watching this video. Please, please, please take care of each other. Be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.